It's the Fit
Update with
Update
Coach Kinsley
and Producer Mike. Woo, another week in the bag. But this week was a little different. We had Labor Day weekend, a special Monday off in the USA.
I didn't treat it any differently because I worked out. Trainer Alex and I actually got a good workout in on Monday. I didn't sit back with a whole tub of chips and dip and and labor myself into a nap.
That's awesome.
And so I was a good boy. Once I got my workout in the morning, the rest of the day was pretty much standard for me.
That is so great.
So what about you, Coach?
My weekend unfortunately did not include a workout traditionally, but I did go kayaking. So I would say that my workouts helped me have a better kayak experience, right? Those rows.
That's awesome.
I was rowing that boat.
Gently down the stream.
Right, exactly. So it was really good to see that real life application. Now, nutritionally, I would say it's okay nutritionally. And I'm just saying okay because at that event, there is this food called chapati. It's like African tortilla. I think it's a corn based, but I definitely had more than a serving size because it is so good. No regret.
That's right.
The weekend was enjoyed. Rest of the week, I got back to it. You know, I did more cardio than usual. My bestie's in town, so we hit a 5K run as soon as she got into town. And that was a great way to kick off our weekend. So I see a lot more working out in this next week, too.
All right. So how was your 5K?
Oh, man. So for our new listeners, I'm located in the Kansas City area. And so it is hot. It is a hot one right now. So that day it had to be like almost 90 degrees. Sun's beating on us. So it was slower than usual. And the difference between running in the straight up sun versus running in the shade, it is such a difference. So it was challenging. I run to a park and back, and that's what gives me that 5K mileage. And then on my way back, when I'm in the final stretch, like the last quarter mile, I sprinted out. And that sprint felt very strong thanks to this leg day push that I'm on. So for the last 6 weeks, I've been really focusing on my leg growth. When you're doing a sprint, you are like doing really hard pushes off the ball of your back foot, and you're practically like leaping forward. And that bounce that I had was a lot different than 6 weeks ago. And I'm in like week 5 of 6 right now. So I'm almost done with this leg focus push. Really encouraging to see the difference that focusing and being intentional about that muscle group can make, not only in the strength and the size and the hypertrophy, which was the point of this push, but also again in more functional training like my speed and my power in my runs.
So if I remember my Kansas City geography at my last run, it's pretty hilly. So did you hit any hills on your run, or did you keep it pretty flat?
Oh, it was hilly. It's brutal. Man, uphill, I feel like I'm walking. You're trying to jog and it's just that incline gets me. But then you get that downhill and it's like a reward.
When I ran my 5K a few months ago, hitting that downhill, you feel good because it was such a chore to get up the hill, but you feel much better going down, and that's when I passed a bunch of people,
Right.
went from last to not last in my age group. So, yeah, I learned something this week that Coach has talked about for a very long time is to take my stretching seriously. After my workout, next day I ran. Instead of my old way of doing a walk, jog, warm up, I stretched and I did walking lunges and I did cat cows and all the stretching that I do now when I work out. And then I did my jog walk and then I ran and then I finished and I did it again the next day. And so the difference for me is stretching afterwards both times. For me, that was 3 days in a row, and I had to force myself to take a rest day. And why did I have to force myself? Because I felt pretty good.
Oh, nice. I'm not surprised. I'm proud.
Well, thanks, Coach. The last
Of
time I
course.
did that, a few days in a row, I overdid it, and I wasn't stretching, and I wasn't hydrating, and I didn't take that seriously, and I paid for it. So I'm not doing that again. So now, a 40-minute run for me takes like an hour and a half because I stretch before, I do the run, I stretch after. and so that's okay. That's just fine, right, coach? It's perfectly fine for me to do that.
You are so worth that extra time.
So that was the biggest thing that I learned, and as many as my friends and family would say, I'm pretty hard-headed, and I have to learn things the hard way, and so once again, another hard lesson. Don't learn like Mike. Listen to coach, take advantage of that knowledge, and put it into practice the first time.
Yes, let Mike be the example. He'll do the hard lessons so you can just hear the stories and get the easy lessons.
And then after that, it was a couple of push days, and my nutrition's been on point. Although, I think I need to eat a little more to kind of push through the heavier lifting days. I haven't been doing that. I don't think I'm as keeping the heavy weights up as many reps as I can. I should be eating more. It's on point. Could I eat more? Yes. And is that an old habit of not eating and working out? A little bit. I recognize it. Once again, the hard lesson is when you eat and you work out, you feel it. And when you don't eat and you work out, you feel that too. So it's your choice. And so I'm going to choose the good stuff.
Right. And quality is super important. But considering that you've been doing this weightlifting for the time you've been doing it, you've probably put on muscle, right? So 1 pound of muscle increase will increase your daily caloric expenditure by about 50 calories. So,
Okay. Okay.
right. It's all a math game. So, don't add another 500-calorie meal to your diet, but, considering a pre workout snack might be a good option, especially since your recovery isn't the part that's suffering because of the nutrition. If it's the workout itself, I think a pre workout snack would be a great option. And you can either go with a protein focus, like we talked about in our Fit Flash, or you can do more of a carbohydrate focus to give you that just pure energy to push you through the workout.
That's a good update, Coach Kinsley.
That's a good update, Producer Mike.